Hey everybody, everyone's happy Monday, everybody. We are back for another episode review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 15, episode 14, Wreck-It Ralph. I got my co-pilot here with me tonight, Mizzle. Hey everybody, happy Monday. Shout out to the replay gang when you guys see this replay. Gang, gang, gang. We are here tonight to talk about the Housewives, okay? I am not too sure. My sister is calling me and I am busy. I cannot talk. How was your Monday, Mizzle? How was your Monday and what you sipping on? You sipping on anything? I gotta get my bottle of water in a minute.
My Monday is good. Today was a relaxing day and everything. I just, off work. Yesterday was off work. Today was off work. And I just chilled out. I woke up, took a nap on due day. I woke up early today, not around regular time. Then, I made breakfast and everything and ate. Chilled out most of the day. And then I took a nap during the afternoon. Then I woke up, prepared my dinner. I ate my dinner and everything. So I'm not here. And I'm drinking on, Pepsi.
I'm jealous. That sounds like a good ass Monday. Monday is like, getting back in the swing of things for me. And I'm tired. It's hitting me now because my son started school today too. So we got up extra early. And of course, he's in there knocked the hell out right now. Okay. Because, summertime, he's used to staying up to why does she keep following me? He's used to staying up till 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning playing Fortnite all doggone night, or on there with my nephew and my cousins or his friends. So yeah, he had to get back into the swing of things, and I kept telling him, KJ, trust me, you're gonna want to go to bed 9:30 because you're going to be tired. You're gonna have a long day. And he was in the bed by 9:30, knocked out by like 10:30. And when my alarm clock went off at 5 a.m. this morning, by 5:05, I'm like getting up, stretching. This fool come walking through my door. I'm like, what the hell is you doing?
He's getting ready.
Got his clothes on, got his hat on, shoes on, ready to roll. I'm like, did you wash your face? Did you brush your teeth? Did you get everything out your eye? Yeah, I already did all of that. Did you sleep like this with your clothes on all night?
Oh, ready.
Get off and he ready to go. I get it though. You excited because I'm tired as hell too. Hey Jay, what's up, boo? I get it because I'm just as excited as you are. But baby, slow down, calm down, calm the hell down. But then we pull up to the school and he just wanna hop up out the car like he already know what the hell he doing. Whoa, hold up. I'm
Oh
your
yeah, he's
mama.
probably
I'm
that
your
time. He said, "Listen,
mama.
nah, you good. I'll go there."
Nigga, you need me. Hold on, calm down. I don't know what you think you thought this was.
Hey, Renee,
What's
boo.
going on, Renee Boo? Welcome, Renee and Jay. Love
Yeah,
you.
supposed to start this week. Oh
Um, still
yeah.
tested. Man, that heifer Rona has
She
been
took a
out
long
here
time to come up.
working.
Yeah.
This had, CDC is saying that the Rona cases are up on the rise. I just had it 3 weeks ago. It ain't no
I don't
joke.
see playing on the trains and stuff. I still wear my mask. I ain't playing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when I'm at work, I wear my mask. The only time I don't wear it, of course, is when I'm outside the van most of the time. But it's a mess. Did y'all see
Yes,
Sonya? Oh, we better get into that. See,
yeah.
bruh, when I tell you I was
Yeah.
all I see was my damn
I
TV.
didn't spray her in her face, and I said, "Science, see, you need to say, girl."
Tanya, if I'm ready for the reunion, because Sheree gonna have to answer some questions to some things. Sonya damn sure gonna have to answer some questions to some things. She being two-faced and shit. If Drew gonna have to answer some questions to some things. Like it's a whole lot of going on. But you know what? Let's go ahead and get into it because we has already wasted enough time. Okay, y'all already know we are here for tonight. We are talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. Again, this is season 15, episode 14, and it is called Wreck-It Ralph. Okay. Speaking of which, if y'all ain't never seen Wreck-It Ralph, it's a cute little old movie. Y'all need to watch that. I watched it, of course, because my baby was a baby when it came out, and he loved that. And that was the nickname we gave his ass was Wreck-It Ralph. Because when I tell you the little nigga would go through here like bam bam, destroying shit. Anyways, though, Sonya said they went in on her. I bet you they did. I, and of course, Marla. Oh, see, I'm getting ahead of myself because we're gonna talk about the after show as well because I got a whole lot to say about that. So the episode starts off real cute or whatnot. You have Brooklyn and Kenya doing like some little taekwondo, karate things because Brooklyn is in martial arts. Brooklyn and Lil Miss Blaze, child, because Candy was also showing Blaze how to brush her teeth. And Blaze was swallowing the toothpaste like all goddamn kids do. Ooh, that used to piss me off when KJ would do that. I gag. I'm like, ugh, you swallowing your own nastiness. That's goddamn nasty. But they look like two little baby dolls, especially Blaze. Her face is so big, and she looks just like Candy.
That's what Candy Minnie's
Like
definitely.
Love her. So you also have Marlo on the phone with Scott Lee. They're flirting or whatnot. She says she misses his lamb chops. I want to try his lamb chops too.
That's the same. They're going to have Caribbean food. I would even try that.
I want to try all his lamb chops. Okay. Drew is wanting to organize a mental health and wellness retreat. Okay. She wants to invite everybody out. One thing that I appreciate that they are talking about on Housewives is mental health and getting therapy and seeking help for your therapy because it is one thing in the Black community of growing up. I'm an 80s baby, that's my generation before me didn't talk about and what we were taught not to talk about. You sort of bury things, you move on, sweep things under the rug, and it is the way it is and whatnot. And for Drew as well, she's seen a lot of what her sister had to go through, and she's using basically she's using what her sister went through as an opportunity to better herself in whatever situation it is that she's going through with Ralph, which I think again is a beautiful thing that they're doing. So they're going and they're looking at this space that they want to rent out for the retreat or whatnot. And the first thing that Drew says is like, oh, so I heard you were talking about a bar, to have here. And the lady's like, no, we don't do no bar here because, alcohol can have an alternate effect on the, chemicals in the brain. And as we've seen before, when y'all hoes get lick in y'all system, y'all don't know how to act. And that's the last thing y'all need at a health and wellness retreat or whatnot. You know what I mean? So what are your thoughts on that and what Drew is trying to put together, which again, that's sort of like in my eyes, and we'll see towards the end, but I get what she's trying to do. Let me take that back what I was getting ready to say. Because I was like, it seemed like you're trying to heal some shit and you not even healed yourself. But I take that back because I see she's on the process of working through her healing. So I take back what I was gonna say. But what's your thoughts on that?
I agree. I enjoyed that she was doing this mental health thing. I like they decorate the place and different activities and stuff like that. I wish they would include everyone in the activity and not just separate the people. But we get to that when we get to that point. But I
Yeah.
felt like it was good to have everybody come in white and get ready to enjoy and talk about mental health because it is a taboo in most of our community that people don't want to talk about. They sweep things on the rug, and I said, no, we got to talk about things. Stop doing that. That's how we messed up a lot of kids now and people in the now because we don't talk about things and keep it in the rug and keep it in the family and stuff like that. And like Terry said, F family. So
The family, my husband.
just like
Okay.
that is like especially when it's toxic. So I agree that it was a good thing, especially on her sister because her sister went through a lot in silence and didn't know what was going on and didn't help and divorce and a lot of pressure that she was going through. So and, abuse that she went through as well. So it's like yeah, it was good to honor her sister to feel like she's so happy and free. And you said it's a light lift off her shoulders that she's able to go through it and also share her journey and how it's going on. Now,
Yeah.
I agree without the alcohol, no alcohol, but I feel like you could at least do some juice concoctions or something like that. Cause that little tool, it probably would taste good, but
But the whole point of health and wellness is overall, you can't, because technically some alcohol is bad for you to consume. You know what I mean? Some people might not see it that way, but and it's just for that amount of time. It's not like you're doing it for forever while they're there working on their counseling and working through some things. You want to have a clear mind,
oh yeah,
especially if
that's
it's
what I
a
said juice
retreat, because
concoction.
you're only there for like a day or 2 days. Now, I do think like after the retreat, after you've worked on it, everybody's in a good space, everybody's in a better space. Then you celebrate everybody sort of making a breakthrough with drinks and da 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 da. That's just what I think. Because yeah, anytime you get a whole bunch of people together, you gotta have a little alky wine somewhere.
Juices like that.
I'm just saying, it was cute.
Cause back in the time when I wasn't drinking that much, I was getting juice concoctions. Mix up some drinks and juices. It was good.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
So
It was good.
so afterwards you have Sonya and Ross, they're talking and whatnot, and Sonya gets a beautiful little Rolex from Ross, just because Rolex, I guess. I don't know, it was cute. I want to be one day I'm gonna have me a little rolly on my wrist. It's gonna be there or whatnot, right? So she tells Ross that I think there's some things that we need to talk about as a family, blah 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 blah. Long story short, she shows him a pregnancy test. Surprise, she's pregnant, and he's happy because of course he's been wanting this for the longest. So she hasn't quite told the family just yet. She wants to go down and surprise the family and tell all the family, right? So they get all the family downstairs, and Shezzy, mom and daddy, and they both have on these sweatshirts. And Sonya's telling them, well, I just wanted us to get together as a family so we can talk about some things, go over some things. As a matter of fact, hold on. So, Sonya always has to do reveals and surprises, everything, even from her last show, everything she does, which I get that. That's just how she is. But Drew was like, everything, you'll see towards the end, Drew was like, everything does not have to be for social, but that's just how she is. Sonya is bubbly and giddy, and you know what I'm saying? That's just her personality, how she is. So they have on these sweatshirts, they turn around and it says, we're pregnant. Shezzy got it right away. Daddy was like, oh, okay. Boop, boop, boop. He
Yeah.
excited. Mama was
I
like,
was
what
confused.
happened?
What?
What's he
Because the mom wasn't paying attention. She was on her phone and doing something. But then she was like, what?
Didn't know what the hell was going on.
They would switch. Science should have been in front of
Yeah.
her. She put pregnant wig
Yeah,
off.
she wasn't paying
And
no
they took her
attention.
wig off.
So she finally got it and she's seen her pregnant. So everybody's all excited, blah, blah. And as soon as I guess Sonya's going to be like, yeah, so I'm pregnant, you're going to be here. Before she can even get out of her mouth, she was like, so we already found an apartment. We looking for it. She was like, oh, wait, you found an apartment already? Mama like, yeah, we found an apartment. We moving in the same complex. That's on you. They ain't gonna move far from each other.
Yes.
I'm gonna be out the house, but bitch, I'm gonna be up across the street. But we ain't gonna be far away. And I bet you it's probably down the street from West Side you stay. On top of that, it's not far. It's not far at all. I'm sure it's not goddamn far. So it was cute. It was cute, Yeah, but like
they announced that apartment thing so quickly. Because I know she just said, listen, you was not what we not gonna do is be no freaking nanny or be baby number 2. I did
don't
that
even
with
think.
Lucy. Don't even think about it. She said, oh, you found she said that so quick. It was in no breath. Oh, we
She
found
went
out.
ahead and let her know
And I was like,
before
yeah.
you even get to think, before you even get to thinking what you thought you was gonna think. Let me tell you what you're not gonna think that's finna happen. Okay, I'm
Exactly.
just to move, so ain't finna be no none of that around here. Okay.
We gonna nip this in the butt right now. Right now, I was like, that was crazy. The mom said, oh yeah, we're gonna move to the same complex. So
Mama let her know. She was like, because she was like, oh, so you found a place? Mama said, we found a place, same complex. We both moving, yeah.
yeah,
To the same place, same complex.
yeah.
We
You better
moving,
have
yeah.
Ross. You better have Aaron come home more often, or have that business do work from
She
home
gonna have
business.
to. She gonna have to get her. Well, like she said,
Or
you
get a
know.
nanny.
But I mean, she gonna get a nanny. But I mean, she gonna have to anyway. Yeah, because she doing something. I ain't mad at. Anyways, what y'all? Drew and Ralph go on a date. I was like, they go to Dave and Buster's. What did they go to? Because I love me some Dave and Buster's. I ain't even mad at that.
Yes, that's good.
Okay, that's my shit. So they go on this. It seemed fake to me. Their whole interaction seemed very fake. It didn't seem genuine, but they're on this date or whatnot. Of course, they're doing that to, sort of work on their marriage. She also lets him know that she's going to be leaving to film soon for Candy and Todd because, she got picked up for the role. She's going to be leaving for 10 days. He automatically is like, well, hold on. What he said that I thought was shady. Okay. And it's not because, ooh, Mizzle, I'm already feeling my wine. I'm a little tipsy. But what he said that I thought was shady as hell, he was like, okay, so now that you're booked and busy, I've been busy. So I'm going to have to, I was like, oh.
I was like, oh, look at sassy. And
okay, Miss Sassy. Hey, boo. Hey, BK, boo. He can't hide his dislike for Drew. I didn't like when he said that because I felt like that was, again, I felt like that was real. Like, oh, bitch, well, whatever, because you booked and busy, bitch. I've been busy. I seen it like
but
like
what
a
do
female.
you do? What do you do? Like, what do you travel a lot? Because all we know is technology. We don't even know that's true or not. So it was
he's a consult. He consults and does what?
Exactly.
You consults and you do what?
Exactly.
I didn't like that. And another thing that I didn't like, she was like, well, this thing that, we was going to counseling, but now you're not doing it, basically like, I'm still in this because I still feel like we need to work on this. Mm-hmm. And he basically is trying to break down and philosophize why he feels like he doesn't need to be in counseling. And he's like, he worded, he's scamming. He's scamming. Yeah. The way he said, he was like, the goal of it is to recognize what the problem is and to have less occurrences of said problem when you recognize what.
He wasn't getting homework. He wasn't. It was just this and this and this and this. I said, well,
he was trying to put the dang, flip it and reverse it with them words. I didn't like that.
You just didn't like the homework you was given. You didn't like to put in the work.
You don't want to
everything. He didn't want to do none of that stuff like that because you one foot out the door basically. And
but it's like if he clearly listened to what his exact words he said, is I feel like counseling is a bunch of ideas, would do this and do this and do this. But if you're not actually putting in the work to do that, then our marriage ain't gonna work with that. Listen to what you said. Counseling is for you to throw out ideas that's not working for your marriage in order for you to try those ideas and to make it work. But the only way it's going to work is if you try those ideas.
Exactly. If you're not doing it, it defeats the purpose you're going. So if you don't want to go, yes.
Hello, I just
you don't have to go.
Divorce. That shit triggered me.
Is that Drew is working on herself, and I said that's exactly probably men have an issue with. It's like when women go to counseling, they start getting epiphanies and they start getting acknowledgement, and they start working on themselves, and they gonna leave your behind, and that's what they don't want you to do.
And the man can't handle it, yeah.
And that's what saying something like that. So I said no. I'm glad that Drew to continue going on herself because she said you won't be gaslighting me anymore. I won't be mothering you. I am not gonna be trying to stop
Damn shit, I gotta beg
I ain't
you.
doing none of that, and I'm supporting me, do none of that stuff. So if you don't want none of that, I'm out. And yeah, that's just
Another thing he said that I didn't like, that I thought was real condescending and real asshole of him to say, when excuse me, when he said to her, basically when he tried to philosophize and break down why he's not in counseling, he was like, how did he say it? He said, I'm saying, oh, that's how he said, I'm saying this like real intellectually.
he's an intellectual.
Yeah, I'm saying it like real intellectually. And she was like, okay, I graduated early. I get it. I get what you're saying. Again, trying to gaslight her. Like she don't understand, trying to put the thing down, flip it and reverse it. Like what you're saying is not complete bull.
Well, she said, "Listen, I can't motivate you. I can't change you. I can mother you. So if you don't want to do it, it is what it is. And I'm going to continue to do me. And once I get to that point that I can't, and I'm just going to be out of here."
And then he took it a step further and made himself look like an ass when he said, I'm trying to be like Barack and Obama. And she was like,
She said, "Well, hold on. Where's
I'm
Michelle?"
trying to be like, who now? He was like, no, I'm talking about Ike and Tina. She was like, what? Like that nigga? He was like, my bad, I'm tipsy. I've been drinking. I mean, Michelle and Obama. She was like, let's
boy,
you
that
still not
person
getting
on the
right,
song was what you really want. You wanted to be by yourself and on your own. Like, you didn't want no jewel in the picture. You said Barack and Obama. That's so self-centered right now.
He's an idiot. He's a damn idiot. So next you have a scene at Kenya's house. You have Candy and Shamia coming over. And of course, you know, they coming over for cocktails and cackling is what I call it. Whenever they go to somebody's house and they got a little spread out with some drinks, that's cocktails and cackling, okay? Cheese Smith. They going there to get all the gossip or whatnot, right? So she tells them that she does want to have another baby, but she, of course, wants to use the eggs or whatnot that she has frozen from Mark. And of course, you know, Candy and Shamia is like, okay, so he really gonna be your baby daddy? Like, this is what you gonna do? Okay, not liking to like that's a dumbass thing to say. And she was like, yeah, you know, I think if I do end up using, you know, those eggs, I have to let him know. And Shamia's like, well, regardless, I'm just let you know, like, you don't, because Candy asked her, like, if he were to say no, would you still go through with it? And Shamia's like, I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna answer for you. Yes, you should, because you know, well, we already know Shamia's already had the baby by now, but when this is being filmed, Shamia is using the same surrogate that Candy used for Blaze. I believe her name is Shadia. And Candy said what a wonderful, you know, surrogate she was. And so Kenya is contemplating if she does end up, you know, having another baby to do it the surrogacy way. And she's worried about not having a connection with the baby and being jealous of the mother that carries the baby, which is something I would imagine a lot of women would feel, because you hear all women saying that they went through surrogacy. Yeah. Pretty much every woman
they want to carry, everyone carry their own baby, but you got to think about your body and health. So
yeah, and then like Candy says, you're gonna be right. It's basically like you have the baby, only you don't go through the pain and getting the epidural and all that, but you're gonna be in a hospital room. You're gonna be checked into the hospital. As soon as the baby is born, the baby's coming and having skin to skin contact with you. So it's gonna be like you had the baby. You're just not going through the whole physical effects of it or whatnot.
But she was saying she had to let him know, but he don't have no rights to that embryo.
No, right? She owns the eggs. Yeah, she owns them. So I mean, just I just feel like, you know, for her own whatever, her own peace of mind, at least let him know, like, hey, you got another child that's out there or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Even though you don't have no rights to this child, but if you want to be an asshole, I don't know. He could try to come back in some sort of way. You know, there's crooked ass lawyers that will find loopholes. I have seen and read many cases where there is some
the Lord's not finding it. It's somewhere in the Lord's a great area you could get looped.
There's so many different ways to loop through shit. So if I were her, that's the only thing I would be worried about, is him trying to come back at some later time and sue for any sort of rights to the baby or anything like that. But I don't see why she shouldn't. You want another baby. If you don't, you gonna always regret that. And especially if you're able to do it, if you have the means to do it, why not? I see. But then again, at the same time, she may not.
Because you want to do it, not because fuck me another sibling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want to do it, you do it because you want to do it, not because because I want Brooklyn to have another sibling. Yeah, but are you ready
Tanya.
for that? Hey Tanya, how you doing? Welcome, welcome.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's when Kenya brings up the whole, Sheree's birthday party. And she was like, oh, Candy was like, so you were the one that brought the tea back about Martell asking for cash apps to cover the cost of the birthday. And Kenya was like, actually, it was, no, it was Marlo and Sonya that said something. They cut to a video clip of Kenya, Marlo, and Sonya talking. And Sonya is basically saying, like, it was $1,500. And I was thinking, damn, Martell, even if that's your last $1,500, damn, go ahead and pay the bill. And Candy's like, that's crazy because the two click clacks that you got over here, the Shahone girls that you riding for, that you invited to your birthday party, is really talking shit about you behind your back. How your man had to cash app them and round up money to pay for the whole birthday dinner, right? So, and like Candy was saying, like she found it like she didn't even get invited
Nope, she
to the
has.
birthday party or whatnot. But Courtney was there, Marlo was there, who was Sonya was there,
Yeah.
all of that. But well, we'll get to that because I was gonna say, what you think about Sheree getting mad about them saying something in the first place? But we don't end up getting to that. What she say? They were getting on Drew about 1K mark. That
So yeah, he could pay that for that dinner. But then again, we know that he's broke anyway. He don't have money like that. He not staying in that apartment. Like, if people don't watch Love and Maps Huntsville, don't know that he don't really have money like that. His ex-wife has the finance. He's struggling for some reason. But he's on the show, so I don't understand how he can't pay for it.
what
Yeah,
is
like
Martell doing with his money? Is he buying pussy?
that.
Like why he don't have money like that? Is he buying coochie?
I
Something he
don't
know
know.
what he doing.
Hell no,
He
but
doing something with it.
bad thing to ask people for cash app for
That's
pay.
tacky.
That was like what?
That is very tacky. I'm sorry, we finna get it. That's tacky to me. So you have Sheree taking her big ass man's best friend ass, cool Joe
I
ass,
know she had that bitch
big
on. I thought she had a Lulu dog.
rockhead ass dog named Gotti to the groomer. Now she's scared to wash the damn dog. That's your dog. You can tell she ain't never washed that damn dog before because the way the damn dog was going around and moving, like I mean the water hose and all of that. You like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't never washed your dog before. Why would he have money?
Yeah,
Exactly.
he don't have
Like
no.
Mizzle said. Like Mizzle said, his wife had all the Coindelas. He didn't have none of that money. Melody Holt had all that damn money. So the producers asked Sheree, what did Martell get you for your birthday? This heifer gonna say, Alexander McQueen handbag. Yeah. But I don't really like to mention another because he doesn't really like to pay for expensive labels. Yeah.
Yeah, he don't pay that things. He don't pay that much. I was like, girl, we know he don't pay anyway. So I was like, but you can tell Sheree be lying because when she starts stuttering, when she starts talking fast and everything, you could tell she's about to lie because it's like, oh yeah, you better act like this, and he don't buy this kind of. I said, okay, I don't buy that type of thing because I don't got the money to be paying no $30,000 or $1,000 thing. But y'all, it's like chump change to y'all. So I understand why you fronting that he will pay that type of thing. You would have better off to say that he just bought you some flowers or candles, or something like that, or some candles, or something that we can say, you know what? Okay, that's cute. But this had Alexander McQueen bag. Now I don't even know how much bag that be costing, but I do know that names do sound expensive. So I was like, he can't afford that. And I said, girl, you just like caping. That Cape Crusader is hard on
Let's
Sheree.
Google. Let's see how much is an Alexander McQueen bag. Let's Google that. Let's just see how
Because that is ridiculous.
much for
Alexander McQueen bag. Oh shoot, that was like the good ones is like at least about 3,000, 2,000.
Oh,
25.
okay. So 13, 12, 90. So he bought your Alexander McQueen bag, but he couldn't pitch in 1,500 for the bill for the phone. He had to ask for cash out for the phone, but he bought your Alexander McQueen bag. You
Yes,
wanna know how I know she lying? She couldn't even think of a lie quick enough to say what he bought. She had to think about it literally as she said it. What? Alexander McQueen bag, a handbag? Are you asking me? Are you telling me? Because the way she said it, you said it like a question. Are you asking me or telling me? Alexander McQueen bag, handbag?
Yeah.
Is that a question or a statement that
That's
she
what
made?
I'm saying. Hey, then you said, that said, where's the bag?
Where's the bag?
But we do know Sheree don't keep up
Bag.
items because we do know exactly the past
No
night put on
fashion.
blast. I think Marla put on the blast that when Sheree get gifts, she returns those. So she probably will never keep those stuff. Cause like we're gonna talk about it after the show when she talked about Osanya got him slippers and she said, "Oh, I gotta find those." So I said, "Girl, you returned it." But
You ain't got them.
yeah.
You got the receipt, the return receipt. And then she says that, and then that's another thing. You said when she says that her and Martell have been dating for about 6 months. Okay. Y'all been dating for about 6 months. And he bought you Alexander McQueen bag, which is about $1,500. But again, he couldn't pay $1,500 for your birthday dinner. Girl, bye. Shut the front door. And any bitch that still got an AOL email, I can't believe nothing you say anyway, bitch. Throw the whole bitch away.
How you want that
Throw the
back?
whole female away. You still have an AOL, and I thought it was real shady, Bravo, for you to play the AOL dial up. Okay.
Yeah, that she took away with the Gmail or the Yahoo or Gmail or the Yahoo or the Hotmail. The people still got Hotmails. It's
Now
like that.
I look at you sideways with Hotmail. Yahoo I get because Yahoo is like for my business ones, and plus all my family got that Yahoo. So I
Yeah,
ain't gonna
Yahoo or
change Yahoo.
Gmail.
That's what my old
Those the
uncles
main
and all of
two.
them got. Put the bag on layaway, child. Any bitch with a AOL email, bitch, you can't see me. You
Yeah,
can't
I
see me
was
or
saying
talk
when
to
she
me.
said, blah, select that AOL. I said, oh no, you didn't, girl. No, you
But
didn't.
I will give
You
it to
still got
Sheree.
AIM.
Do you still have AM, FM on your radio that you listen to, girl? Like, what the hell? I will give it to Sheree. She had on her She by Sheree jogging set. I give her that. I
She
give
got
you
it,
that.
but we know we getting it.
We ain't finna get it,
We
but
don't
she
get
had
none
it
of
on
the
and
stuff.
she looked
That's
good
the
in
thing.
it.
It's always stuff that she has and nobody has it. So I was like,
It
girl,
looked good though. It looked good on her because she the
you
only
know
one
your
that
own
got it.
product,
It's a
so you're
one
not
of a
getting no profit
kind.
out of it. No profit out of your own products.
It's a one of a goddamn kind. So Candy and Drew have this awkward hello when they meet up or whatnot. It was real weird. They kind of hugged, but you know how the cameras do. They edit everything. They were kind of hugging. They was like,
Yeah,
it's a
like
whole lot going on, right? Okay, girl.
okay, what the hell?
All right. Well, that's it. So they sit down and they have a table reading for the hall pass. Moneta and Shamia are a part of the cast as well. And a table reading where they sit down, they go over the lines and whatnot. The directors are directing setting up the scene so they can go through each scene, each line as it goes and whatnot. I've never seen who is honking a horn. It's getting on my nerves. Sorry, my ADD is kicking in. One thing that Drew says is that Candy still has not apologized to her for what she said about the kiss between her and Toya. And I'm thinking, and she's not going to apologize.
Yeah. She's
She's
not.
not.
We'll let that go, girl. Let that go. It's not gonna be anything apologize. But my thing is,
Leave
it's
it
like,
alone.
okay, a lot of people's on that reading. Why they couldn't have Kenya? I mean, I know she hasn't been acting for a while now, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, they had the cast full anyway.
They had Drew. You could at least add Kenya.
I mean, but maybe there's certain roles for certain people, and maybe there just was not a role for Kenya because you can't just stick anybody in a role. You know what I mean? There has to be certain people that can work certain roles. Like if I were to see Kenya, and I wouldn't believe, like in Twa, I believe that because she got turned out. But had it been the other way around, I wouldn't believe that. Yeah, I wouldn't believe that. Um, so, like I said, they end up having the table reading. I've never seen a table. Well, I take that back. I've seen a couple not in person on TV. Of course, I've seen table readings, and it seemed pretty good. Drew is a good actress. Even her doing the table reading, like she did really good. She's a good actress. That's the one thing you can't take about her. She plays acting really good, 24/7. She on stage. She ain't never off stage. She
Yes,
owns.
she do. So, like I said, I think she's using this platform as an acting thing throughout the through. Because she's the center of the season.
Oh
Whatever it
yeah,
is, she's the center of the season, and how she lies and do all this stuff. I said, Drew, you is a permanent actor. Because I don't
she
know.
got it down. She
Well,
got it down. She know what she doing. So it is the day of the mental health and wellness retreat. Everybody get well first. Drew and her sister or whatnot get there, and they're greeted with these wellness shots, of course, because ain't no liquor up in there. So probably had a good old celery juice and
mm-hmm.
some positive energy and turmeric sprinkled up in there or whatnot. Everybody comes in, and it is absolutely gorgeous. They like transformed that whole place from when they first went there to look at the space until when they actually had the day of the retreat. Cynthia Bailey shows up in all her beautiful gloriousness. First thing she says is to Sheree. She gives her a hug.
Well, she's
Girl,
like,
your crush on you.
yeah,
Yeah, it's your party, girl. You showed up with your little cat suit on. Now, how many times has Cynthia done made mention of some females? Something, Cynthia, go and get you some
yeah. I
cat.
think Cynthia been dipping down a little pond in the past,
Cynthia,
but she never
get
fully.
you some cat, girl.
I think she never fully would dive in, but I think she has experimented before a couple of times.
Listen, you be
I think
young
especially,
and wild and free, girl. Single, do it
yes.
up. Oh, anyways, so everybody comes in and they're all hugging each other, saying hello, whoop de whoop, yada yada, yada, right? So as Aaron comes in, Aaron, and Ralph are side by side, right? Drew is walking towards them, and Ralph actually makes the motion like he's getting ready to come out and greet Drew as she comes in.
Mm-hmm.
But Drew kind of just ditzy and shit, whatever. She beelines and hugs Ross first. And
Yes.
so that kind of made Ralph kind of be like, ooh, okay. So he kind of drank his drink.
Yeah, he put his
And then from there, they sort of made eye contact. He looked at her because she was getting ready to reach out for him, and he
he
turned
just
his head and went and hugged everybody else around there. Right now, I know what it's like to have a husband to do petty ass shit. I know that first fucking hand for your husband to do some shit that is disrespectful, especially in front of a lot of people. So I know how she felt in that moment. I know
mm-hmm.
how she felt. With her, she's like,
Yeah.
hey, you
Uh,
want to be my friend? He said, hello, that right with me. Now that I would have did because you're putting more, you're putting like 20 on something that's already 10 brewing in with you. So you acknowledging the elephant, you know
mm-hmm.
what I mean?
And
But
everybody else,
yeah,
people and everything. I said, oh,
in front of a pack of bitches that don't mess with you.
I know, I know. And it was crazy because I know everybody was saying, "Oh, Ralph, man, Ralph, man." But when I seen it, and like you said, when I seen it a couple times, he did move motion to
I
hug
seen
her,
it that you
and then he
you
looked
could
like
even hear him say, but dang, I was reaching out to hug and she went
he
on
said,
there
"No,
and hugged me
yeah,
first.
that's okay." She
You
hugged me, and
really
now yes,
said
I know
that.
that's the guest, and she wanted to greet the guest because she was the host. But I didn't say it. But at the same time, I said if my husband was there first, I hug my husband first and give him kiss first, and then I greet the
And then
guest.
go say on everybody to you.
And so,
Yeah.
so
So
yes, he was petty afterwards. He said, "Oh, okay, okay."
he's
Hey,
like, oh, that's how we doing it? Okay. Because they
okay,
must have
and then
already, of
Lord
course,
Drew.
before they got there, already had something going on. Of course, they could have just had a bickered or something right beforehand. And like I said, afterwards, you got to pull it together and put on in front of people like everything is all hunky dory when it's not. You really want to bop, 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 but you got to pull it together. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, like I said, he was very petty, very, 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 very petty afterwards. And of course, he did it in front of all these heifers that don't even really mess with you like that. So her sister just basically welcomes everybody and she gives her story about why mental health is so important to her. Like she said, she's had some mental mishaps before. They're not going to say episodes or whatever. She said she's had some mental mishaps before, and a lot of it stemmed from 2020 and when everybody was in the house because of that old biatch Rona, and how that's triggered a lot of things within her and why mental health is so important to her. So she welcomed everybody. She sort of got emotional from it, which you can tell it's been a hard road for her because every time she talks about it, she gets really emotional. So that's something that's very real and near and dear to her, which again, that's why I'm glad they talking about it. I'm glad that they talking about this. I for me, I love that for me, seeing that there's somebody that I can relate to.
Yeah.
That's like, you know what I mean? For me, I don't know. I loved it a lot. But after they, she welcomes them in, they have a session of Drop It with Drew.
Yes, they did. Drop It with Drew and then Marlo. And I don't know, they doing a lot for Marlo for this season. Giving a good edit, giving a thing.
Yeah.
She have a lot of confessionals because she checked the website and that thing was down.
Like,
and I said, I know y'all going through something, but it's petty for if he did took it down or whatever that happened. What's going on? Like, Drew, you can't get your website. Like, what's going on? He was that petty. He took your thing down because I know they was working together. So I said, nah, not the website, not really.
Yeah, Marlo didn't waste no time looking that up. She was like, I did Drop It with Drew for about, what she said, one day, 2 days, because she said she's still doing her 21-day challenge. All right, Drop It with Drew. Whatever, girl. Then afterwards, they do they go to this, all the ladies go to this meditation room while the men go off and talk, do what it is that they do, which I feel like some of the men should have been included on.
They should have been in there, yes. They
included with some of that, because a lot of them men need to clear their mental space and all that, which reminds me, I'm gonna take me a spiritual bath tonight, do some sage, and I'm sorry. So they do, they go into this meditation room. Sheree is like, I'm so glad that I could inspire Drew to have her own meditation and retreat. It was something in Portugal that I did, and pat on the back. I'm glad that I could inspire her. You know what? You are really inspired by her, because half of you look like her.
Yes,
your new nose and your new lips, you look just like her. Yep.
And I say, Sheree, first of all, you're not the only person who does this meditation thing. This is not anything new. This is not something originating. And then second, first of all, this was her sister thing.
Thank you. Come on, her sister put that together, girl.
It was that she was helping her sister, so the sister was not there. So think that you think so highly of something that she got to be inspired by you, girl. Nobody want to be inspired by you, Sheree. Because at the end of the day, I still don't know how you paying for that Shasta Sheree. I'm gonna keep saying that to this day. I still don't know how you paying for that big ass house. Other than that, but girl, you's cheap. And I know, you cheap. And I know you trying to throw these little lavish little parties and make it seem like you got it like that. But so, girl, you is nowhere to be impressed by. So whatever.
No. So during that meditation, Candy ends up, Candy has a breakthrough because she says she's going through her own thing with her group, and she's having some issues with her friends and different things like that. So she has her own little breakthrough. Side note, I put this in my note. Did you see when they had cut the camera to Ralph giving Drew's friend Kiana a hug?
Yeah.
They were flirting. He was like, "What you doing?" I come in. She was like, "Hey, handsome, how you doing? You looking good." He was like, "Oh, I was like, you're so ridiculous."
Yes, I was.
And the way she said it, "Are you looking good?" And the way, "Hey, beautiful, how you doing?" Oh,
yes.
now
Hell.
You
You can tell he's out of this. He's like, his mind somewhere else. He is nowhere in check. He checked out. He checked out.
Yeah,
He checked out.
Yeah, he's a dickhead.
Especially when he got curved with the hug.
He's like, "Oh, I'm finna hug every bitch up in here now. You wanna hug me? Oh, I'm hugging everybody in this motherfucker tonight." So the men are talking, and Ralph is telling the men, he's giving, them a rundown about the whole situation with the whole lawsuit. What I thought was what Heath, Manetta, your husband is fine.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not just saying this because I'm a little tipsy.
The accent too.
Heath is finer than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean,
that with the loosely people before too. But yeah, that one I was like,
that one there, girl.
I'm sad.
I'll be your part-time lover.
I'm sad.
Baby,
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't mind.
I said, oh snap, he got the southern accent too. I was like, oh chill. I know my
He looked good to the
this
motherfucker.
time.
But I like how he was like, "Oh, baby, she definitely
He
upgraded.
definitely, he
We went
definitely
from
did.
Leo to Neale. Okay, you finding motherfucker. So I like how he was like, no shade, but you need to watch who you keep up in your house because it seems like y'all just be letting anybody up in your house.
No,
No shade. I was like, whenever you say no shade, bitch, it's shade.
it's shade. Yeah, you be letting
It's
everybody up in
all of the
there.
shade. Anytime you say no shade, bitch, it's all of the
There's
shade.
always some
Okay.
issues with the
Thank
people.
you, Renee Boo. I appreciate you so much, girl. You have
Tracy
the
Boo.
ladies are let's say I talk ladies. Okay, so the ladies are talking and they're all sitting down and they're eating or whatnot. And so that's when, hey Tracy girl, she said she woke up from a nap. I bet it was a good ass nap, child.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she says that, who was that? Marlo brought it up how, this is sort of, just like Portugal after we had the little meditation and we ate or whatnot. And so Drew was like, yeah, and I couldn't really open up to you guys then because I was going through something, I really didn't open up to you guys and da 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 da. That's all Drew said about it. You have Sheree coming in with this shady ass concern because it's not real, true, genuine concern. You're being shady and nosy. She was like, yeah, and yeah, like you brought up, you couldn't really open up to us in Portugal because you were going through something, and I know you were going through a lawsuit, and it was a whole issue of the lady suing you that y'all were going through at that time. So how's it going? What happened? And then you hear Marta say, "Did you win?"
Yeah, it's a while ago.
Like,
We do know, yeah, Drew did win the case, but
but
it
she
was
ended up winning
like,
the case. But then all the other women, when I tell you, everybody just got quiet and was like,
it was what? Yeah, I want to know too. Sure, if you gonna ask the question, okay, tell us. She said, yeah, no, well, we said the verdict is gonna happen later on and everything, but he said it was $10,000. She said, yeah, it was $1,000, but it went up to 10K. We was like, what?
"Okay, where that come from?"
I said, girl, you said it was $1,000. You did. I said 10K.
And Bravo just so shady to show the court document that it was only 1,000. Bravo is shady,
I was like, oh my
shady.
God. I said, Drew.
But I'm with it.
Drew just like to lie and she over embellish. You notice that she over embellish things and she just lies.
She always
I
does.
don't know why,
It's
but
like,
Drew, you don't need to do it. I think she just feel like this is a formula of the show that I could do it and people are gonna talk about me
no,
no matter what. So I guess I'm gonna say what I gotta say and outlandish, let them talk about me because
I don't know if this is her first reality show, but she ought to know, baby. People are gonna come through with receipts, especially nowadays. Anything you say, people are gonna come through with goddamn receipts. That's just what it is. So why lie about the nothing? That's dumb.
that's what I'm saying. I said,
That is so dumb. I
well,
think maybe she wants to justify, maybe because she maybe because she ended up paying $1,000 in court fees anyway or something, and maybe she wants to justify you'll probably end up paying more in court fees than you did what you could have just paid her $1,000 to send her on her way. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It was just goddamn stupid to me. So then Kenya brings up, so Sheree, I seen online on Instagram that you had a birthday dinner. So how was that? Shady ass Sheree. Well, if you seen on Instagram, then obviously you know how it went. Bitch.
I said, go get class. I said, go get class. I hate when they try to do that stuff. I said, girl,
I cannot
you was so
stand
nasty. I was
this
just so
heifer,
nasty.
Sheree. And Sheree is another one that just
She's another liar.
lies for no reason.
That's how Jewel and Sheree can never get along because they two lies. They
Because
cannot.
they two liars, yeah. And they ain't gonna be able to keep up with the lies that they say. This type of gonna say, I had a close, intimate dinner with friends that I've had for 30 years. And then Cynthia was like, I was there. Yes, Cynthia was there. You ain't known her 30 years. And Marla was there. Yes, Marla was there.
Courtney
And
was
Courtney was
there.
there. You just met Courtney a couple days ago. And
Sign.
Sonya was there. You just met Sonya, what, a
I
year,
said, none of these
2 years
ladies for 30
ago.
plus years. So I was
You
like,
ain't you've known Candy longer than you've known Cynthia. Who was there for 30 years that was your friend?
nobody.
Who? Aside from your sister that's known you her whole life. But who else was there, Sheree? And then like Candy and well, Drew was like, so did our invitation get lost in the mail? And she was like, well,
You know,
no,
she was not gonna invite you. You know, Drew. Drew,
she wasn't gonna invite you no way. She was like, no, because your husband told me that your daughter was sick. And then Candy, you don't have time for the group, so I know you're gonna have time for me. Girl.
I said, don't do that. Don't do that. Give me the opportunity to say if I cannot do. It's like that. And I hate that. I said, don't, and like I said, sometimes I was like, don't try to use my schedule as a way for you not to invite me.
No,
Let me
yeah.
know. I can make it work. It's like, I know my schedule. Like, I work from 3 to 11:30. I can still hang out afterwards. Sometimes I want to hang out. Just give me the opportunity to.
People make it work, but what they want to make it work.
If I want to go out, I go home, take my shower. I can meet you there. So don't try to make the thing. So, well, we know you get over there and something like that. And I said, nah. That's my check. I'm not bedridden. It's like that. I can still move. So I hate that. Give me an opportunity. And Katie said, I was home. I could have made it.
I would have went.
Yes.
Little do you know.
She won't be there anyway. So she trying to make an excuse. I was like, oh.
So then Cynthia was the one that brought up. She said, well, I have a question. I heard that there was a split going on within the group. What's going on with the split? And then the whole damn word collusion came up again. And Manetta was like, no, what I was saying, yeah, her delusions was all the way there. Manetta was like, no, what I was saying was it felt like Courtney was fighting for her life, trying to prove to Sheree that she had some loyalty to her. And Sheree's like, no, not loyalty, the truth. And she was like, yeah, whatever, the truth. But I just felt like she was fighting for her life. And then Courtney's going to say about her cousin. And she's like, cousin-in-law. Yeah, cousin-in-law. Your cousin-in-law that I just met. I peeped that from Courtney too. I was like, ooh, I clocked that, Courtney. I clocked that. Like, hold on, we just met. I don't know this heifer. And she was like, yeah. And we were talking and you called her a bitch. Now, that's when Manetta was wrong. Because from what they showed in the clip, it looked like Courtney was pointing and talking about Sonya. Like if they're in the middle of a conversation, like, and then this bitch is gonna question me, asking me, and which she could have been pointing, talking about, Court and Drew, but just pointing in general.
That's what I was saying. I said that could be taken two ways because they try to make it a point to point Sonya, like Sonya was standing there, but Marla was sitting there, Manetta was there, and Courtney was there. And I said, first of all, what was the topic of conversation? Because what we was told, y'all was talking about Drew.
Yeah.
So that was the conversation. That's when y'all was thinking that y'all was colluding. So if the conversation was about Drew, you could still talk about Drew and say, that bitch was questioning me and then like that. Because Drew was questioning her. It's like that. And it was happening as it was a science direction. So I was like, so I would say, so if it was science, what did science say that make you call her a beast?
Yeah.
Question you. So y'all wasn't talking about science. So I would say they were trying to throw us off, and I know people would fall for it. I said she could still talk about Drew. Because sometimes when you talk about a story and you be pointing,
you just be pointing, yeah.
And you're not talking about nobody in the room. You just talk about somebody else, and you just pointing. You say, and that's what happened to me, and you be pointing. So that's what probably Courtney was doing. And then the fact that Courtney gonna say, I never use that word. I never would use that word.
I would never
call it. And then 2 seconds later, and still said the word. I was like,
and then Drew was, as they walking out, they still mic'd up. She was like, no, but she was like, I never said, but bitch, I never said that. And Drew was like, see, you just said it. Right now. I'm like, you dummy. You're a dodo.
I said, don't y'all ladies know y'all be getting filmed? Don't y'all know y'all getting filmed and it's getting caught? So how you say you never? I was like, don't come here and say you will never use a curse word.
Just a dodo bird. Just a dodo bird.
We use curses words, especially when we talk about stories.
And we all know bitch has 50 million ways to say it. We use bitch we can use bitch in 10 different ways in one conversation.
Different ways. It's like that.
In one conversation. So I gotta see what this was Trace just sent me. So then afterwards, child, Sonya wants to have everybody go outside and take a picture or whatnot, and she's has on a shirt that says I'm pregnant or whatnot. So she has everybody take the picture, and she's like, okay, everybody, look at your picture, see. And what these have is just like herding baby kittens, special ed baby kittens. On top of that, they not paying attention to nothing. She's like, oh, I didn't get it. Oh, I blocked you from the group chat. Oh, I didn't see it. You have my number. It was just a whole lot going on.
Let me tell you this. That's the whole point, right? when you take a group picture, let's be for real. Saya do that for stunts of shows, and I can see what people
Yes,
think.
yes, yes.
Because let me show you that. If you take a group picture and someone send you a picture, who's the first person you look at?
The person that took the picture.
No, not the person who took the picture.
Oh,
And
you said who? Say that again.
and they send you the picture, and you in the group
Oh,
picture.
I'm looking at me.
Exactly. So you
I'm
think
not looking at
we're
them.
looking at Sonya when she send that group picture? She said, "Oh, look at your phones. Look around." No, when we look at
And then
that
it's
phone,
50
and I
level.
take
One
a
of y'all
picture,
have
you look
pursued.
exactly to yourself and see, do you look good? Do I was looking like? Do I look like? So no, delete this picture. It's like that. Nobody go be looking at Sonya at that picture when they look at them themselves. Because most of them was looking at. I said, "Hold up, let me see myself." Oh yeah, I was looking all right. I was like that.
Because
And
you can
she had
hear
to tell them.
eyes was closed in this picture. Ain't nobody paying attention to your goddamn shirt, girl.
Yeah, she had to tell them to look at the day. She said, I would say, Sonya, that was dumb. Couldn't just say, listen, y'all, I'm pregnant, and that's that. You don't have to put it on social media. I would say that was dumb, because nobody go look at your picture, girl. They look at themselves.
Yay! She's pregnant.
Yeah.
Girl, that could have been an email. That could have been a group text. Okay. That could have been a damn group text. The episode ends with Drew meeting with her therapist. And once again, you know, the therapist is like, you've been coming to see me for some months now, and yet we don't see, you know, your husband here, you know, blah, 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 blah. So she just basically, long story short, you know, the therapist is helping her to realize that if you listen to what you're saying to me, is you're having your own breakthrough, that you're saying to yourself, you're not going to be gaslit anymore. And that was an epiphany for her. Like, oh shit. Yep, you're exactly right. Which, listen, from my own experience, yeah, you gotta you stupid as hell before you realize a lot of damn things. So everybody goes at the I was in it for 16 years. She's only been in it for 8. So I'm dumber than her in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? But good for her that she's realizing, and I'm proud of her. As ditzy and as much as she lies, I'm proud of her that she's realizing that you got to be selfish. When yes, you can think about your kids and all of that, but when it comes to like a marriage and situations like that, you got to love yourself first and be whole yourself first before you can take care of anybody, whether it be your kids or your husband or your job or whatever it is you dedicate yourself to. And she wants to take the steps to get herself together, her mental health together, because that's where it all starts. So I'm proud of her for that. I'm proud of her. Definitely proud of her for that. What you think?
I'm proud of you for that as well. Because at the end of the day, I tell people, be by yourself is probably better than staying on something that you miss with. And I say, at the end of the day, it's not because we want to break you up and like that. And I say, listen, I've been single for all my life, so I can't get nobody marriage advice. But if I could tell you, love yourself. So, and love yourself.
You definitely can say that.
Advice, I can tell you what I think, but I can't tell you how it feels to be married. I've never been married. But at the same time, love yourself, because at the end of the day, if you love yourself more, you won't put up with stuff like you would put up with that. It's like that. And people will put you through it for what you allow. And that's how they get through all this stuff.
Absolutely.
And it's staying, and all because you don't want to be alone, or you want to stick with it. You just say, no, whatever. So I would say, if you go to stick with it, don't complain about it. That's right. Don't complain about it. And that's what I would say. Sometimes when y'all get on reality TV show, I say, listen, I already know what he's doing. It is what it is. I'm not leaving. I got very cushiony around here.
Just say that, and that's cool.
Mind your business. I'm good over here. You can talk about me all you want, but I'm not leaving. It is what it is.
And that's cool too. Just say that.
He popping the headstand. So what?
Okay.
Like, it is what it is. Mind your business. So I'm glad that she goes. Remember, she ran down the courtroom. She ran that courtroom before Ralph to get that.
And beat her ass there first. Yeah. So that's what the episode ends. Now let's get into some shit.
Oh, the after show. Yes.
The after show
money is
starts off with I guess they're like on a commercial, getting ready to whatever. I don't think this is the actual filming they were doing. I think this was like before they were supposed to be filming for the after show. Producers like, okay, so Sheree, rumor is that Martell was asking people for cash apps to pay for your dinner. And Sheree is like, well, I'll be honest, I heard that it was you two that said something about him getting money for the Cash App. That shit went so damn left with Sheree because Sonya had a valid ass point. She told her, I'll be honest with you. When Martell, now thinking about it, she did say that when Martell invited me or when Martell asked me to come to the dinner, I thought he was going to pay for it. And like me and you were talking about backstage, when my ex-husband had a birthday party for me, a dinner for me, a couple of birthday dinners for me, when he invited my homegirls out, my friends, he paid for it.
Yes.
That's just how it was. Or whomever he invited, he paid for it.
Yes.
Sheree's whole thing was like, well, why would you think he would pay for the dinner? And then you have Marlo over here, like a fucking little parakeet, basically trying to co-sign what both of them are saying. But the whole time she's loving it. She's eating this shit up because she knows that that Martell was in the wrong, and she knows that shit was embarrassing. Sheree is like, why would you expect for him to pay for your dinner if you came to a birthday dinner? It's my birthday party, and the birthday girl shouldn't have to pay for anything. And she's like, right. I'm not saying the birthday girl, so why would you expect that he'd have to pay for you? It's my birthday. Because he invited us out. So yeah, I would think that he gonna pay for it. He invited us out. And because he invited me and Ross, and then Sheree tried to flip that bitch. It was like, hold on. So why would Ross expect for another man to pay for his dinner? Whoa.
Not what she said. That's not what she said. I say, you know, she was trying.
She was trying. She tried it. She really tried it.
Sonya. She was trying to misunderstand Sonya real bad. And I said, girl, you know exactly what Sonya is saying.
You
and
know
I
what she's saying, yeah.
Yes, you don't have to expect someone to pay for you. You don't have to expect somebody to pay for you.
That's why you bring your own money.
You don't have to expect nobody to pay for you. So if that's the problem, I will pay my own thing. So I get it. Yes, Martell don't have to pay for everyone if he's going to just pay for you and Sheree. Like I said, it's different ways how you play the scenario. And Martell, like you said, and Martell invited all these people and they said this is a birthday dinner for my girlfriend and everything. Y'all come out and everything else like that. If you don't tell them ahead of time and say, listen, I'm not paying for everyone. You put your own money. It's like that. We're gonna split bills. It's like that. You let them know, and I say, oh, okay, fine. I'll pay my own money. It's like that. But it's an expectation that you invite me in the last minute. You pay. It's something you put together. You paying for the tab. And that's what it is. Exactly. But don't do that and then ask for cash app. Oh, pay for you and your date, and then tell everybody else to cash app you so you can pay the money. I said that.
They said that he didn't pay for it. They said he asked for cash apps to cover the $1,500. So I don't know if he paid for any doggone thing.
That's what they say. He paid for help those two, but he didn't pay for everybody else. They say, how you expect? And then Sonya will say, listen. I said, first of all, Sheree, you in a group of these ladies, you know, y'all have money like that. It's like that. Y'all go to Noble. You have partners who have money. Sonya's husband said he was going to pay if it was going to be an issue. She said, my husband was going to pay for the tab if it was going to be an issue. It's like that. Now, I don't know what Marlo has. Marlo by herself, but I don't think Marlo was like, listen, yes, this is true. The man should pay if you invite us over. Now, Sheree, you know, if it was just a girl group, if it was just you and your girls, and it's your birthday dinner, then everybody else but you will split the bill. It's like that. But if your man invited us over, then he should pay for it. It's like that. Unless he specifies from her hand that we're going to be splitting the bill. So, yes, everyone will pay for him and his wife. Marlo will pay for her thing. They will pay for her own thing. All these ladies will pay for their own meal, and then Martell will pay for you. But don't ask for no cash app to pay for something. That's dust.
That's tacky.
That's dust.
That's tacky. And then she tried to once again justify why would you expect him to pay for the dinner and you didn't show up with a gift. But like Sonya was saying, first of all, we just found out about your damn birthday dinner the day before. You ain't 5 years old. I'm not going to go run out and get you no gift for it's your damn birthday. And then not only that, she purposely tried to go out of her way to misunderstand what Sonya was saying. What Sonya was saying. And then she was like, well, you didn't give me a gift. Somehow or another, they got into the whole gift. You didn't give me a gift last year, blah, blah, blah. She was like, I got you a gift last year. Oh, really? What you get me? She said, I can't remember. It was a Versace or Gucci, but I got you some Gucci slippers or whatever. And she was like, oh, Oh, we gotta find those. I never got those. Oh, I
No,
gotta find those.
right now she got those gifts
You are
because
goddamn
everybody in that party, because we seen that scene last year.
we seen
Everybody
the
bought a gift,
bag
but
on the table. You knew that.
Drew is the only one who did not bring a gift. Everybody else bought a gift. So you know Saya bought a gift and everything. But Sheree's habit is that she don't keep the gifts. She returns the gifts. And Marla put her on blast when they had this. Yeah, remember that scene when they was doing this back together? Marla put her back in that scene when she said, "You return your gifts." And that's what she said. Oh, we didn't find that. I said, "Girl, you already took that back. You ain't keep no little gifts that giving you. You ain't took that back to get money." And so like that. So I said, Sheree, stop playing. And you know what was funny? I said, Science, see, they put in those. Because doing a mix of Science was trying to argue her point, Sheree and Marla was having a whole conversation with themselves. Totally
dismissed her.
I was like, Science, she said, and Science was talking to producers. As the first one, producers, why are you rushing them in the first place? This is what we need to see. Why are you rushing?
I think they were probably like on the time, and they had to get back to filming because he was like, "Okay, guys, we gotta wrap." You know what I mean? I think they were
I like that because at the end of the day, let them go at it. We need to see that because we don't care have everybody go like the Candy in Kenya and these two people, and then you rushing them so they won't have an issue. No, let them talk it out. It's an after show. There's no filming.
Yeah, once Sonya was getting on her ass, that's when Sheree completely dismissed Sonya and was then engaged with Marlo the whole time. It's like, "Oh, you got me." Marlo was like, "Yeah, I got you a $400 bottle of wine. Yeah, I got you this. Yeah, that's what I got you." I said that. And she's like, "Oh, really? Oh, you got me that. Oh, she didn't get your gift neither, Marlo. Supposedly a $400. Did she say a $400 bottle of wine? Something like that. She said
something like that. Perfume, I think.
And she just completely dismissed her. That's what Sonya was like. She don't want to hear the truth. She didn't want to hear the truth. Yeah, you don't want to hear that. But then as soon as Sonya said something else, was like, "Yeah, because he didn't pay for this and that." That's when Sheree was like, "Oh, well." It's like, "Oh, so you was hearing what she was saying the whole time. You heard her the whole time."
That her husband will go pay the tab, and I think Sheree got messed up. She got pissed from that because I said yes because your man couldn't pay for it, and her man was going willing to do it. Ty could do it. Other men could do it, but your man couldn't do it. She got upset from that, and I said that's when she started going ham on Sonya. I said, "Good, because you know your man ain't ish. That's why."
That ain't even your man. You are his friend girl.
Yes, friend girl. Exactly. And that's why I said, "Oops, I bring my own thing." It's like that. And I said, Marta, if you can't afford that kind of expensive restaurant, don't pick a restaurant you can afford it. It's like that. It's like me. If I invite everybody, and I said my partner right here, and I'm inviting everyone, I'm not going to pick a spot when there's no out my budget or my range. Now, if that night, 1,500, I have the funds to pay for his 200. Would I be doing that? No, because I don't go to that type of restaurants like that. I would like to go every now and then. Go to nice.
But if you invite, unless it's your birthday, no.
I will have to pay the tab. It's like that. So don't pick something that you can afford. And that's what it is. I would say, Sheree, you were dusty.
Hotel got 4 kids, no job outside of reality TV. Sir, go to hell.
Exactly.
Do not pass go. Go straight to hell, sir.
I was like,
but from the after show, all I had was that. And then Drew said that her and Ralph had a whole off day when they did the filming of the retreat. And it's like, yeah, we can tell. Your husband ain't shit, girl. Your ex-husband. Now, is their divorce finalized? Do you know?
I don't think it's finalized yet. But
Martell budget was $47. Okay, bottom pizza and wings.
She with no wings.
Tim say 5 kids. Get it right, girl. He got
5 kids.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5 kids. Yeah, pizza with no wings. Oh, yeah, you know that's messed up. Pizza with no wings. I got pizza with no wings. Oh no, we don't do that. We don't do no pizza with no wings.
And why he gonna buy 1 box of pizza when he know you big?
Yeah. Each person eats like 2 or 3 slices. Come on now, don't try to play that.
Oh my God. So yeah. That's all I had. You have anything else?
No, that's it.
He got one of the
not that gourmet cold foods. No, we ain't having that. Gourmet cold foods. But yeah, he could have had her, right? She would have been good.
He could have asked Candy to have it at Blaze, and Candy could have gave him a good ass discount at Blaze.
Yes.
Just saying.
Kenny did announce that Kenny and the Gang season 2 will be coming back. So I said,
Oh,
okay.
really?
He says come, and I didn't review the first one. So I said, you know what? If Kenny and the Gang season 2 come out, I will take a look at it. I'll probably talk about it. Yes, because it was a good show. It was a good
Yeah, I
show.
see what it's
It was
about.
fun. It was a good show.
Yeah.
But I will talk about it. Don't do a review of it. But other than that, that's it. I had nothing.
All right, y'all. Tomorrow, we're going to be on my Discord at 8:30. We're gonna watch, what is it, episode 5 of Jocelyn's Cabaret. Let me put my Discord.
Yeah, what has been going in that show? Cause you know I'll be watching it.
Child, it's been a whole mess, a whole ass mess. Make sure you're a part of my Discord. That is how because we're gonna be watching it on my Discord. Copy the link.
Yeah, Wednesday in my Discord I would do a watch along of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Miami, and New York. Real Housewives of New York. And then Thursday we do Temptation Island and Big D. And finish that out.
Temptation Island. All right.
Oh yes, y'all. If y'all did not see it, I will review it soon. Fatal Seduction on Netflix. Get into that because we'll be doing a review on it.
Thank you, Renee.
Really good. It's 14 episodes, and we watched up to episode 7. We watched half of it, and it's good. It's twisted turns. It got you hooked. So if you have not watched it, watch it, y'all. So because we will talk about it on my channel.
Also, yeah, if you make sure you're part of Mizzle's Discord as well, because that's where he does his watch alongs. And then, like I said, tomorrow 8:30 p.m. Central. I'll let you guys know if I go earlier, if I don't have anything that I have to do in the evening. That, and then Wednesday here at 7:30 p.m. Central, we do our true crime, and we're gonna be talking about the curious case of Natalia Grace. Okay. We appreciate y'all so much for coming through here to see us on a Monday night. You could have been doing anything else, but you came here to kick it with us. We appreciate y'all so very much for that, y'all. And once again, this has been the review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And we will see y'all next week, Monday, y'all. We appreciate y'all so much for coming.